No, you don't use your vehicles all in the same way. For instance, you take your Viper ACR to the track. It is a born track vehicle, literally born and bred to be abused. So on that guy, you want major protection from the elements, from those grueling long days at the track. Ceramic coating is what you want to use on that. Ceramic, most protection, most bomb-proof. It's going to have the highest gloss, and it is going to be the kind of thing that you want as a barrier between your car and everything in the world, including car washes and brushes and stuff. Then, at the opposite end of the spectrum, how about the Rally Sport Z28? Well, Scott's going to show us the differences of all the waxes that we have and why a wax is the perfect product for that. Wax is going to be natural products, carnaubas, Montan waxes, both of which are outstanding for glow and for gloss. However, neither have an extremely high level of durability like a synthetic polymer sealant. Now let's say you've got a car that you like to take road trips in and have some fun with. Now, the Porsche 718 that's how this car is used. Now, this thing goes for a road trip. This thing goes 400 or 500 miles at a time. And guess what? It will see the bugs. It will definitely see some rain, and it's going to be exposed to the elements. For this car, I like our paint sealant with a little regular use with the H2O Garden Gloss. Paint sealant's really a durable product, but it lasts in something like months versus something like years, which is the ceramic. It adds a lot of gloss, but really ease of use, super high. Then we're talking about your daily driver, and that's something that needs all the protection you can get. Why? It's the car that's going to be seeing the most washes, the most drying. The wheels are going to be cleaned over and over again. This car is going to need some serious protection. The ceramic's going to be the tops, paint sealant at minimum. Kyle is going to show us exactly the options that exist for your daily driver when it comes to protection. Hey, Scotty.
Hey, Adam.
Let's talk about wax.
Buttery wax.
The good old buttery wax. So our longest running product, the buttery wax, literally one of the very first products we ever put an Adam's name on. The first few hundred bottles that I ever sold was literally a yellow bottle that looked like this, square shouldered, and I wrote Adam's buttery wax on it with a Sharpie pen. The buttery wax has been a favorite because it's so easy to use. Not ridiculous protection, but certainly something that's enough, especially for a classic like this.
Absolutely.
So the buttery wax, liquid wax. Then let's talk about your favorite wax.
I like the Patriot wax.
Tell me why.
It's a natural wax. It's a natural carnauba and Montan wax, and you get to know your car when you're actually using a paste wax. It's therapy. You feel every line and every bump and just seam and gap and everything in there. It smells great. It goes on effortlessly, easy on, easy off, and you get that great hard cotton shell or hard candy look to it from a natural carnauba and a Montan wax.
Hey man, I feel the same. Therapeutic is kind of how I think about when you paste wax something. It's a little bit different than just putting on some liquid wax. You know, it goes on a tiny bit thicker. This comes off nice. The Americana wax has some polymers in it, so it does have some man-made stuff in it that makes it hold up a tiny bit longer. But you know, I know that you're a guy, you love that. Give it to me all natural, it's the way to go. The Americana wax on something that sees a little bit more elements, but the downstroke is you think it takes a little bit more elbow to get off than it does.
A little bit more effort to take off. That's really it.
Yeah.
It's not horrible, but it's a little bit more effort to take off.
But you still get the glow. You still get a lot of rich depth to it and stuff.
Great protection as well.
I like to put paste wax on stuff that lives under covers. Between that cover and your finish to sort of keep that rub marks to a minimum.
Absolutely. I love brilliant glaze on chrome and in glass. When you use it on the chrome, it looks like it just came out of the chrome dipper. It really does. It just gives it that little extra pop.
Hey, man.
That's my favorite use for it, is on glass as well. It just really cleans your glass and gives it that extra 1/10% that you're looking for.
Same here, you know, and I love to do it on the inside of the glass. You know, that funky, weird, that off-gassing a new car.
Yes, that film.
That film is such a drag. The Brilliant Glaze cuts it instantly. I'm a paint, chrome, and glass guy for a Brilliant Glaze, and I'll do that right before going to Cars and Coffee, right before going to a car show. If you're using paste waxes or buttery wax, your maintenance product is your spray wax.
Yes.
It's the easy to go to, right?
It is. Very easy to use, quick on, quick off.
Right on, buddy. Scotty, let's keep waxing. All right, let's go. All right, Calvin, we're talking about paint sealant. What do you think of this stuff?
The nice thing about paint sealant, it's a synthetic polymer. It's a little more long lasting. It's got a better durability to the weather and the elements than your standard wax.
Amen. You know what I like about this stuff? You can do it the entire car. You can do it in the sun if you wanted to. It is so easy to use. And the durability is substantial. The effort is low. So
low effort.
Midwinter, you got to go ahead and do something quick to get that thing looking good.
Make it survive the rest of the winter.
Yeah. Wash it, claim it, boom. Throw a coat of paint sealant on there just to get it to the other side.
Yep, make it through the rest of the year. So a way that I like to do that then is to take my 15 millimeter swirl killer, apply it to a gray pad, go around the whole truck, work my way around, come back, remove, and you're good to go.
Amen. So now something that I like to use really often is the H2O garden gloss. H2O garden gloss being a water activated sealant. What this stuff does, this replaces completely your drying step, right? You get a wet gray towel, dry gray towel, wet one, wring it out. You spray down a panel at a time.
Work it in,
knock it down with a second towel.
Buff it right off.
How cool is it that this totally eliminates the drying step?
It's super fast and convenient, that is for sure. And then it's a maintenance product for the paint sealant. They go hand in hand.
You want to do the detail first, and then you go ahead and put a sealant or an H2O garden gloss product over the top. An important note on the paint sealant is for painted surfaces. If there's a textured plastic part of your car that's unpainted, this is not your friend. However, this H2O garden gloss is just right to make that look better than new. If you want your glass to stay as protected as the rest of your car, and you want it to be absolutely impossible for any water to stick to it, then our glass sealant will absolutely impress. The glass sealant is probably the #1 product in our entire line that enhances the safety of you driving your vehicle, especially in the rain. Think you're getting ready to pass an 18-wheeler. All that muddy, nasty, dirty water just blowing on your windshield. You end up blind for maybe 15, 20 seconds as you pass them. You're just hoping that there's nobody in front of you because you can't see anything. You use the glass sealant, and then you maintain that super hydrophobic glass with the glass boost. That's how you keep that water jumping off of the car and making sure that your glass is always easy to clean. Make sure your wipers work effortlessly to keep the water off the glass. Kyle, let's talk about ceramic coatings.
It's extremely easy to wash, and it makes your car so much more scratch resistant. It's unbelievable.
Bingo. For me, also the wheels, you get so much brake dust on there, so with a quick hit of the pressure washer, you can knock down a substantial amount of brake dust.
Absolutely.
When it comes to actually coating your car, there's a few steps that you want to take first.
If you're doing one of our ceramic paint coatings, you want to make the paint as perfect as possible, get rid of all the swirl marks, buffer halos, oxidation, get it as perfect as possible because you're locking down whatever situation you have for a minimum of 2 years.
Now to me, that's kind of the hard part. The easy part is ceramic coating, right? Getting the paint perfect, that's the part that needs to be done thoughtfully. You want to make sure and get it done right.
Yep. On the paint, it's going to add a ton of gloss, a ton of crazy water behavior, but they're all going to leave your finishes, no matter what the surface is, protected for years to come.
With the ceramic coating, it really reduces the amount of scratching that happens in the washing and the drying process.
Absolutely. You're adding theoretically a layer of clear coat to your finish. We have a whole maintenance line specifically for ceramic coatings.
You want to make sure and rejuvenate the hydrophobic properties of your coating. And there is maintenance. People say, oh, I had my car ceramic coated, it only lasted 3 years and now the water doesn't bead anymore. It's like, oh, you had it coated and you parked it in a field? Like, really? That's what you're gonna do?
Yep.
Well, once you've done a full ceramic coating on your car, and once you've lived with a ceramic coated car, you're spoiled rotten and you're gonna for sure want to ceramic everything, right? It makes it nice to clean. It makes them shine like a new dime. And now that we have a solid understanding of what ceramic does, let's go ahead and knock this guy out.